guys doing today? Okay, so anyways, he and his dorm yesterday, right? They told him that he could not level up because when he first went up to the block, he was locked down for 2 days for stuffing the door, correct? Now that day, he had just gotten up there, literally went to bed, and you guys should have that on camera, right? The problem is he has not gotten any documentation on this. So the policy that is supposed to happen is he's supposed to get written documentation on it, making it clear what his disciplinary was, what he did wrong, what his violation was, and what his disciplinary action was. So that way he has the right to appeal it. No one has taken any of that documentation.
That is if he would be sent to discipline seg.
Yes.
If you were locked down in the block itself.
Yes.
You can't lock down more than 48.
Okay.
And if he was locked down 24 for stuff in the lock,
Yeah,
he's not going to have a discipline hearing. He's not going to, he could grieve it.
Right.
But if he stuffed the lock.
And you're the lieutenant?
Yeah,
okay.
Lieutenant Vashon.
V-A-C-H-O-N. And you're Kaufman, okay. But the thing is they took away his leveling up due to that.
Yeah, you get reclassification will review you. HK,
Yeah,
so you have more privileges.
Right, of course.
But if people are constantly messing up,
right.
they're not going to go.
But he hasn't been, though.
Well,
That's
he
the
did
problem.
that one violation, all it takes.
Right, but all he did was go in his room and go to sleep. He had nothing. He just went up to that block that day, like literally 2 hours before they found the stuffed door. He had just got transferred up to that block, went and grabbed his mat, went in his room and laid down. He shouldn't be punished for something he didn't do, and that's what's happening. He was already locked down for 2 days for that. Then they were supposed to level him up yesterday. They did not level him up. But at the end of the day, anything like that, he's supposed to get written documentation on it.
Not on a lockdown in the block, no.
Okay, well, but here it states that disciplinary procedures shall be presented in clear and understandable manner. Nobody has explained it. I am sure. But what can we do to get him leveled up? Because he should not have been punished for that. Like, he has the right to appeal any violation, no matter how big or small it is. And is that what we need to do, is have him appeal this violation? Because that is ridiculous.
He can send in, I mean, there's on our electronic request forms,
Okay.
there's a thing that you can put a grievance in. Then the grievance
And see, he did. He already put that in. Nobody has talked to him about that. Nobody has addressed that with him at all. You know, it's just, I just feel like, you know, his life is at risk here because, again, he's going up against the Fort Wayne PD. I don't know how much you know.
Fort Wayne PD has nothing in
right.
there.
I understand that.
You know,
but,
and I can speak for myself and most officers in here have spent any time here. I don't care what someone's charges are.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I really don't. I've been doing this since '98.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, if I just treat everyone fair and decent.
But he's not being treated fair, sir. And I'm not just saying that
But
because
as far
it's
as
my
the
significant
classification, the guy he's been off, what's it, Tuesday? He's been off since like Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
That's Officer Ray.
Yeah.
So I got a fill-in there that's working, and I could leave an email for Officer Ray.
Yeah. So
He'll be back. He'll be back Monday morning.
He'll be back Monday morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he hasn't heard anything, that could be why.
Okay.
Because the guy filling in.
Well, no, they told him yesterday that he wasn't leveling up for at least until November 26th, and for that
Who
violation.
told him that?
I don't know who the guy's name is. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but he was
But
supposed to
Chad
level
Ray
up on
runs
the
our
26th.
classification, and
Yeah.
like I said, he was here Monday.
Yeah.
And he's been off the rest of the week. So.
But see, that's not his fault.
Well, I gotta give people
I
time.
know, you gotta give,
so.
yes, you do, but then you gotta put somebody in that position that knows how to do their job because he's suffering for that. And the thing that I don't want him to do is start lashing out at the officers or doing something wrong and getting himself hurting an officer. I don't want anything to escalate more than what it needs to do because he feels like he's being mistreated. Now, he has a gunshot in his arm and a broken vertebrae, but yet he's sleeping on the wrong mat. He's supposed to have a medical mat. That's what he was told, is he was going to get a medical mat. I'm not sure how that works.
We don't have anything like that.
Well,
He could
then-
ask for a double mat.
Okay.
That's got to be authorized by our sick call doctor.
Okay, so
And he actually just left a few minutes ago. You may see him walking by here.
just left. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what can we do outside of that? Because he
The
should
doctor-
not be being punished for all that.
Well, I could.
Can you yourself go and review the cameras and see if he was up at the door? I mean, if he did it, right? And if he did something wrong, he should pay for the punishment. I 100%, and that's not the debate there.
What I'll do is I'll read the reports and I can see if discipline, if they can get it in today.
Okay.
But they're busy nonstop pulling video.
You got 150,000
for the-
people here.
For the prosecutor's office, for internal affairs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to promise that they'll get to it today.
Well, again, too, like, I don't know what's going on in that block, and I don't know who's running back and telling him what, but somebody inside your jail is fueling the fire.
Well, if
He's throwing gasoline on the fire that's already too big.
I need names.
Right. I'm sure he probably doesn't want to give me names because of it being over the phone and things
if
like
they're not-
that.
Or you can send a letter. I mean, if I don't know names,
I can see
I
if I
can't
can
take
do
care
that
of
for you.
I can't take care of issues.
Right, but I would definitely like maybe hold a meeting with your staff and be like, hey, I don't know what's going on. You know, because this is a pretty big case. I mean, it's been all over the news, it's been all over the world. It's been nationwide, and I just don't want it to bring down more stuff on top of you guys because of his mistreatment or whatever. And you know, he may just believe those things because he's the inmate. You know, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not just going. You're the bad guy because you're the sheriff, or you're the bad guy because you're in here trying to do your job. That's all you guys are doing is your job at the end of the day. But I just want to make sure that it's done fairly and by law, just like anything else. You know, can we get him a copy of that disciplinary or something, because he's supposed to have something showing what his
If he goes to
disciplinary is.
discipline sec,
Okay.
that's when they'll get the whole hearing packet
Okay.
with any reports ever written. That's when they get it. This was a 24-hour lockdown.
He was locked down for 2 days.
Oh, 2 days. My apologies. But no, since he was not removed from the block, there's no hearing or anything.
So, but yet either that's not fair though. If he has, like in here, it states that he has a right to appeal that, right? He's supposed to be notified, and these are all the laws
Right.
of
That's
Indiana
if you
State
go to.
Correctional.
That's if you go to discipline sec.
Yeah. So if he didn't go there, then why is his level up not being done? Like why is
Because
it being leveling up?
anytime they have there's a lot of things that we try not to take people to discipline sec.
Yeah, and I
Because-
appreciate you not doing
Yeah.
that.
If it's something, because before, if a lock was stuffed, automatically they went
Yeah,
went
you would
down.
think
But
so. Mm-hmm.
we're limited on space, and you know, I'd rather keep that open for fights
And important
stuff,
things, yeah.
things like that. But I mean, so it's just been rule of thumb. If it's a stuffed lock, it's 24 or 48 hours.
Right, but and I'm fine with that. He already did it. It's done and over with.
Yeah.
But I just don't want his levels to be affected by it. I don't understand. Like if they've already punished him for it, however, and they're not going to review the case, they're not going to let him appeal the case. Then why is he being contained on another level that
But
he has to
he-
wait a whole another 30 days for that review?
Right.
And that's not fair to him. That's not by policy
That's-
either, though.
That's what. It's across the board. I mean, because
It seems like that's what you guys are doing to take care of your guys' jail inside here. So you guys are making,
trust me, I would
or
rather.
maybe cutting corners in order
We're
to
not
deal
cutting
with lack
corners.
of staff or
We have
whatever the
plenty of
case
staff.
may be. Okay, but then we need to follow the rules, right?
We are following the rules.
Well, how come you guys haven't given him any documents to review? Anything
Because
to
I
sign?
just told you.
So-
the only way he's going to get documents
Right.
is if he was taken to discipline
Okay, so if he
segregation.
wasn't taking a disciplinary sack, why is his level being affected?
Because he had a discipline issue.
That
Now,
doesn't make sense, sir. Say that
Okay.
to yourself back again. Say, okay,
it does make
he
sense.
didn't go to the disciplinary sack, so therefore he has no documentation of his violation, but yet he's being punished for his violation that he has no documentation for.
Okay, you're trying to talk circles around this. I've explained it.
Okay,
If it's a smaller infraction,
right.
we'll do a lockdown in the block.
Okay, and that should be it for his violation, right?
But where he's at in H&K, because if he was in any other block, that happened. He's not
Why is he
under.
on H&K because of his medical?
It is based on past charges, current charges, past behavior problems.
So past charges. Okay, so he's being held accountable for his charges that he's already dealt with. Okay, current charges.
That is classification that's ran through the Bureau of Prisons.
Okay, so the Bureau's
DOC follows the same thing that we do.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, who else
And-
do I need to talk to about this? Just wait for Ray to get back on Monday again?
yeah, he'll be back on Monday morning. He
Okay.
gets here at 6 a.m.
Okay. And will you try to review the camera for that to
I-
see?
I will see if our discipline officers can, but
Okay.
I'm not going to make any promises that's going to get done today.
Right. And I understand that. You guys have other stuff to do. Okay. Thank you.
You're
I think I got
welcome.
everything I need.
All right.
Have a great day, sir.